Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Football Huddle. I am your host, Jace, LeJeune, and I'm on go solo here today, all by my lonesome, as they say. And the last couple of weeks, myself and Andy Bryson, we went and stopped by a couple of high schools around the state of Louisiana, and of course we're going to continue this in the summer. But right now, we just only got a couple weeks to work with, really this week and next week too, because Louisiana high school football, you only get about 10 days really to work with over the spring. So really over this week and the next week, myself and Andy will stop by a lot of high schools around the state of Louisiana. And then really for today's show here on the Football Huddle, I'm going to be talking about a lot of those trips that I've taken. I'll go over about 3 of them. I've done about 5 of them so far, trips around really the Baton Rouge area first. Might as well kind of hit the local area first, and we'll kind of spread out and see what we can get over the summer. We got a lot more days to work with. But right now, we're kind of hitting the Baton Rouge area, and I'll go over some of those schools and some of those visits I've taken. I'm going to show a lot of the highlights from spring, a lot of the coaches I've talked to, a lot of the players I've talked to, a lot of this on this episode of the Football Huddle. And if you haven't already got a chance to see it, because a lot of the stuff is already posted on our website, which you can find, of course, above me and below me. GridironFootballUSA.com is the website. But before we go into the show, I want to give a special shout out to everybody that really helps us here on the Football Huddle. The Johnson Law Group. Appreciate Mr. Willie Johnson Jr. and all his efforts really help support us here at Gridiron Football. Catastrophic injuries, 18-wheeler vehicle accidents, civil litigation, they handle it all. So if you get in a predicament, give Mr. Willie Johnson a call at 225-717-7070. Law offices in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and Zachary. So give Mr. Willie a call at 225-717-7070. And also, if you live in the state of Mississippi, want to get involved in Mississippi State Guard, go on their website at www.msstateguard.org. So that is their website. And also appreciate, I'm going to give a shout out to Terrence, at Ultimate Apparel, does an excellent job over there in creating uniforms and team apparel. Go to www.ultimateapparel.com. So appreciate all their support here at Gridiron Football. So Football Huddle, like I said, like earlier, myself and Andy, we went to do a spring tour, go around really the state of Louisiana. So this is what really this episode of the Football Huddle is all about. So if you haven't got a chance to see a lot of our content here at Gridiron Football over the past week, I'm going to show it to you pretty much on this episode. So a lot of the interviews that we got a chance to do, we got a lot of Gridiron Football American Bowl game invites that you'll see right here if you got a chance to see them. I've talked to some of the top coaches in the Baton Rouge area as well. So I'm going to really highlight about 3 schools I've really been to, and then I'm going to really get started with the first one, which really starts off with somebody who's very familiar with gridiron football for us, and that is Marcus Randall and the Woodlawn Panthers. So a little bit about the Woodlawn Panthers. Obviously, they were a star-studded cast last season. A lot of big names. You can kind of rattle them off. Ricky Collins is right now at LSU. He's a quarterback at LSU. You have Jordan Matthews who's doing his thing at Tennessee. Roy Brackens III, he is an offensive lineman. He's signed with Louisiana Tech. Just to name a few of those guys. But a really talented team, 2 years removed from a district championship, which they haven't really accomplished in over a decade. So this is a really important senior class that just graduated. So the next question really for the Panthers is really what's next for their program. I got a chance to talk to Marcus, and really he feels like this team is really going on the radar because there was a lot of a hoopla. There was a lot of really attention to the program last year because they had all of that talent last year at Woodlawn. When you're talking about the Ricky Collinses of the world, and when you talk about the Jordan Matthews of the world, they had all those guys last year. But they still have a lot of talent at the 5A level in a very tough district, but kind of sneaking on the radar right now are the Woodlawn Panthers. And I think that's what Coach Randall and really this team really likes. Like I said, one of the toughest districts in the state of Louisiana, and I'll get the chance to play some of those interviews pretty shortly. So enjoy these interviews. Got a chance to talk with Marcus. The audio wasn't that great, so I decided not to play the actual interview from this, but a lot of what Coach Randall said, you actually can find it at gridironfootballusa.com in the Spring Tour article. You can check that out at our website, gridironfootballusa.com. But we actually got a chance. I got to talk to 3 of Woodlawn's top players. Really, all 3 represent the offensive side of the football. Got to talk to Cedric May, who's a two-way star on the offensive line and defensive line. We actually, in fact, we surprised him with a Gridiron Football All-American Bowl Game invite. Upcoming senior Ryan Brown, who's one of the top slot receivers. He's a class of 2025 guy. Upcoming, you get a chance to hear his interview. And then everyone wants to know who's going to be the next quarterback after legendary program great Ricky Collins has graduated. Who's going to be the next guy? And it looks like the Panthers, they do, in fact, have their guy. Get a chance to watch a lot of these interviews right here. I'm going to be quiet, let y'all enjoy these. This is from my recent trip at Woodlawn High School. Jace, Gridiron Football here with Cedric May from Woodlawn High School, offense and defensive line. Cedric, first of all, the reason I got you up here, I got a surprise for you, man. So I don't think you know anything about this. I talked with your head coach, Marcus Randall, about this. But congratulations, Cedric. You earned yourself an invitation to play in our Gridiron Football All-American Bowl Game in December. So congratulations, man. What's your first reaction when you hear that?
It's a blessing because, a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do this. Especially like after they high school season over with, they really just, put their pads up and, they just get ready for whatever's next. And it's a blessing to have an opportunity to play against college, play in front of college coaches and, put on another show. And basically try to get an opportunity to play at the next level.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity, like you said. I mean, it's not only Louisiana guys, like Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, the country. This is like a global, international Gridiron Football American game. So how excited are you knowing that you get to, through the whole season, you get to go against the best in Louisiana because you're playing the 5A level, but you actually get the opportunity to play against some of the best around the whole country?
It's a blessing because I get to see, other talents, see like what's out there, and, see what's next.
Yeah, definitely. Cedric, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you play on both sides of the football. I know you got a chance to really the line. You got some big names. Boyd Brackens was a big part of your line last year. So what does it mean for you this year, knowing that a lot of people are looking up to you this upcoming fall?
Being a leader, basically. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to do that. So, just being a leader, being an example for the team, being an example on campus, it's a blessing.
What do you think about this so far start to the spring? I know y'all just got started a couple of days in. What do you think about really just getting back to football shape?
Basically, putting on a show, seeing what all the young guys got the opportunity to really just, seeing where we're going to be at as soon as we go into summer, ready for the season.
Cedric, I know you play both offense and defensive line. What do you think is the advantage of playing both sides of the football that really helps you out?
Basically, I know what all of us linemen might do. Basically, I know what a D lineman might do. So really, it just helps me out both ways.
Do you have a preference? If you had to choose, or up to you, one or the other?
No, I don't really got a preference. I'm just trying to go to college.
I like that answer. And speaking of that last question, what is your message to college coaches right here? Why should they recruit you?
Because I'm going to get after it regardless. No matter who I play against. I'm going to give it 110, maybe even more.
Well, Cedric, congratulations on getting invited to our bowl game this year, Gridiron Football American Bowl Game. You definitely deserve it. And check out this guy, and then a couple of other his teammates also been invited to our bowl game coming up. So check out Cedric. It's going to be the end of December. Location TBT, but I tell you, it's going to be a great place where we have the Gridiron Football American Bowl Game in 2023. Jace, LeJeune here, Gridiron Football here with speedster Ryan Brown from the Woodlawn Panthers. Ryan, I believe you're upcoming junior this upcoming season. And I know there was a lot of speed on last year's team. Like TD was on the team, Clayton, and there was a lot of speed on that team. But hey, I mean, everybody got to watch out for Ryan Brown, right? So talk about a little bit about yourself and what makes you really so dangerous as a playmaker.
I feel like the thing with me is it's not so much of course my route running deadly, but it's like when I get the ball in my hands, I feel like nobody can tackle me in open space. So I just feel like that really make me different because I don't feel like nobody can do what I do after you get the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe on social media, isn't your nickname The Glitch, right?
Yeah. Yes,
so tell me how about that nickname kind of came about.
So one of my dad's closest friends that had passed away, he had gave me that nickname, and I was like, oh, that's kind of, so I just he gave it to me my 8th grade year, so it just stuck with me, and then, I mean, look what I do on the field. I'm here, I'm there, you know what I mean? So that's just how I got that.
Okay, I love it. I love it. What do you think you bring? I mean, obviously your speed, your quickness in the slot. What do you think is most exciting about being in the slot?
I feel like the most exciting thing about getting in the slot, because it's not like outside. On the outside, you really don't got too many routes you can run. On it, like it's like in slot, you could run anything get open. You know, you get to work. You know what I'm saying? You get to show. It's really one-on-one in the slot. You beat the linebacker, then it's one-on-one with the safety. So I feel like that's just way better than outside to me.
You get the luxury of being around your dad, who's really on the coaching staff too. What is that like? Because not really a lot of people get to experience something like that.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, he just be out the way, stuff like that. So he don't really be too into the practice no more. He'll just come watch. But I know he was a great coach, and he helped me get to where I am. Coach Rondo, Coach TD, I've been around them all my life, so it's kind of easy to me.
Yeah, and you're adjusting to a new quarterback. I mean, obviously that's a big storyline for Woodlawn coming up this season because Ricky Collins, you know, he's at LSU. What can you say about the quarterbacks right now through spring?
He nice. He gonna put it on the rope. He gonna get it to where it need to be. He can kill you with your legs. He tall. He can sit in the pocket. He can just do it. He do what he need to do. And me and him, we've been having a connection because I've been playing with him since my 8th grade year, 7th grade year. So we got a good connection. So I feel like everybody that think that we're not gonna have a quarterback this year, they might as well just stop that talking right there.
Yeah, we all know you got the confidence, right?
Yeah.
You really have the ability to really back it up
Yes,
on the football field. So I know you've had a lot of starting experience already, and it's crazy you still got another 2 years left. But upcoming 2025, why should colleges start right now saying this upcoming season, you better start looking at me, right?
Yeah, I'll say that because I'm different. Like, I don't feel like you can find a player like me because most people, they underestimate me for my size. But then when you look at what I can do, then they was like, oh, now we got to do this, now we got to do that. My speed, I feel like I got a high IQ for the game. It's just everything about me, yeah.
Yeah, I like that, Ryan. Last question. What are your goals for the upcoming season in 2023?
Deep run in the playoffs, if not win state. Really just shut everybody up because everybody's saying we're going to be trash, this and that because of what we had leaving. But really what they don't know is most of our younger guys, they already got their experience. They getting the reps in. So I just really say that. Getting recruited more. Like, I'm already getting recruited, but, you know, getting more offers, stuff like that.
Well, check out one of the most electrifying playmakers of 2025. Keep an eye on Ryan Brown in 2023 for the Woodlawn Panthers. Jace LeJeune here, Gridiron Football. I'm here with everybody's talking about Ricky Collins and what is Woodlawn going to do at the quarterback position. Well, this is the man right here, Myron Nelson for the Woodlawn Panthers. Myron, thanks for giving me a couple minutes to chat with you here early in spring. So, talked with Marcus, your head coach. 3rd day in the spring, just getting back to football type of shape and rhythm. What do you think so far about 3 days in?
I think we're doing better than I thought coming out here. You know, everybody's stepping up to varsity starting, and so I feel like we got a good chance. Defense doing really good, helping us get better every day.
Yeah, and getting a chance, you have a lot of people you can talk to, right? I mean, you were under the tutelage of Marcus Randall, who played quarterback at LSU. You learned a lot under Ricky Collins. What does it mean to kind of learn under those guys and help translate those skills in the fall this year?
They've really taught me a lot. Marcus with the quarterback drills that we do every practice, he's got my feet work right, and then under Ricky, I watched like how he played, understand, try to put that in my own game.
Yeah, Myron, and also for like the viewers out here, knowing that's your first year as a starting quarterback at the varsity level for Woodlawn, what can you tell them about what kind of quarterback they should be seeing this fall?
A lot of, I say, he shifty, kind of, he can throw the ball. That's pretty much it. Like, do whatever he has to do to get the touchdown.
Yeah, any goals this upcoming season? I mean, I'm not sure you're paying attention to any numbers or anything, but any goals you want to come up for your season?
I'm gonna try to beat last year's record. So I'm gonna try to go 6 wins or something like that.
Okay, yeah, definitely. It's a tough district, right? So talk about how excited you are to play in one of the state's top districts.
I'm really excited. I'm not too much nervous about it, but I mean, whatever happens, happens, and I'm gonna do my best and bring the team to do their best.
Yeah.
Get us there.
All right, Myron, and also just what is your message to college coaches? Never too early to kind of start promoting yourself. And I know a lot of people got a lot of eyes on Woodlawn because of the talent that went through here. What can you say about what you can bring to the table to a college?
I'm ready for everything. Smart student athlete. Will do whatever. Fast learner. Yeah.
Well, it looks like the Panthers are in good shape at quarterback, are replacing an all-time great Ricky Collins. But it looks like Myron Nelson is ready to fill in those shoes in 2023. Well, those are some of the interviews at Woodlawn High School. Hopefully you enjoyed it. For more information about Woodlawn High School and the recent spring tour, make sure to go to our website at gridironfootballusa.com. Appreciate Coach Randall for letting me stop by and catch up with the Panthers, see what they're doing. Obviously, Woodlawn's a big fan of what we do here at Gridiron Football. Now we're going to talk about the next location I went to, and this was actually pretty cool because I went to Madison Prep, and it was pretty cool seeing Madison Prep really bring a bus of kids to our camp back at Rayville. And by the way, you can actually go to our website, gridironfootballusa.com. We have the magazine from that camp. You actually can go back and go take a lot of the photos and articles and stuff from that camp. So go check it out. It's our website, and obviously we said a whole lot here on the show on the Football Huddle, but gridironfootballusa.com is the website, so you can check that out. Next, obviously, Madison Prep. I'm going to get to it. The Chargers, led by Landry Williams. They are a really good football program in the Baton Rouge area. They really kind of established themselves as a powerhouse. Under Coach Williams, they have already won a state championship before, so they know what it takes to really make a run, a deep run in the playoffs. And they did that last year. They lost to the quarterfinals to what turned out to be the eventual state champion, St. Thomas More Cougars. And we all know how good St. Thomas More is under Coach Hightower, Coach Savoie, that whole coaching staff over there in Lafayette. But that's where they end up losing their season two, the eventual state champions. Madison Prep has produced a whole lot of talent to the college level. A lot of those guys are actually guys already covered at LSU. When I go to LSU's practices, like Major Burns was at Madison Prep, Quincy Wiggins, the defensive end, he was at Madison Prep. Zion Chris is competing right now for the starting quarterback position over at ULL for the Raging Cajuns. So obviously a lot of talent in the NFL. Malcolm Roach was, Malcolm Roach is playing for the New Orleans Saints, the defensive lineman. He played at Madison Prep, played at Texas. So we all know about the talent level the Chargers really have, and they are expected to make another championship type run to, hopefully the Superdome for them. They really have a lot of talent. You see number 7 running the football and throwing the football a whole lot. That's Tylen Johnson. This is his second year as a starter. He threw for over 2,000 yards, threw over 20 touchdowns last year. Hezekiah Dantzler, you see number 5. You're going to see his interview in just a minute. Hezekiah Dantzler has been offered by a lot of Division I schools, a lot of in-state schools. So really the recruiting scene is really picking up for Hezekiah. Was a two-way starter for them. They do lose a couple of guys in the secondary. Some of them are Gridiron Football All-Americans that played in their bowl game at the end of the year. But this is still a really talented team. They got a big offensive line. You see those front 5 guys right there. They're going to move a lot of people when it's all said and done. So really good Madison Prep football program. I'm really excited for what the Chargers are going to do. They play in an obviously tough district when you're talking about the likes of Parkview Baptist and U High and a lot of those teams that they had to play just to contend for a district championship is going to be tough enough. But this is a team that's obviously talented enough. They got the guys to do it, and you're going to get a chance to really get to hear a lot from those guys. As I went to Madison Prep, you see some of those highlights right there from Madison Prep. And Coach Landry Williams is really, really pleased with the guys and how mature they are. A lot of these guys have 3.8 to 4.2 GPAs, so you know that these guys are really grounded. They've worked really hard in the classroom. They work hard in practice. This is a different mindset in terms of this Madison Prep football team. They've already won a state championship. They already know what it takes to make a run, and then that's what they really want to do at the end of the season. So I got a chance to surprise 2 of these Madison Prep Chargers to the Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game during my spring visit over there with Coach Landry Williams. You'll get to hear from really 2 of them, and you also get to hear from the quarterback, Tylen Johnson, Landry Williams as well. So I'm going to play some of those interviews in just a minute. So hopefully you enjoy them. This is from my spring tour really last week. This is the end of last week. Appreciate it. It's actually Nick's video clips here too that I got the chance to shoot in practice. So Nick did a great job on those videos. Hopefully you enjoy these interviews coming up. I'm going to start with Coach Landry Williams. Jace LeJeune here, Gridiron Football. Also, this Gridiron Football Spring Tour. Went to Woodlawn yesterday. Now I'm at Madison Prep with one of my favorite coaches, Coach Landry Williams of the Chargers. Coach Williams, coming off an 8-4 record last year, lost to one of the powerhouse program in St. Thomas More. Coming here in 2023, a lot of high expectations, a lot of talent. What do you think about this team? A lot like the competition coming here in this first couple of days.
Well, obviously it's a great competition. There's always great competition here at Madison Prep. The guys work really hard. We do a great job of coaching the guys up, understanding, really, it starts in the weight room. We've been working out since January up to this point, and now it's the last 11 days before we play spring ball. Play our spring game against St. Aug, and hey, it's been some challenges in there. We've been working hard, being consistent is the main thing. We got some guys been moving around, some guys that played one position last year, now they're playing another, and it's been some challenges, it's been some learning curves, but most definitely our guys were up to the challenge. We're going to work hard. At the end of the day, we're going to do whatever necessary to get the job done. So I'm confident in that. I'm confident in my coaching staff and my players. In the expectation. The expectation here is championship. It's championship atmosphere. It's championship effort in everything we do. That's the standard here at Madison Prep, and that's what we go after every day. We chasing excellence.
And y'all shown y'all won a state championship before, so knowing that y'all already done it, I mean that's pretty much really the top of the list.
Right. This group here, they're a more mature group. They're real smart. Numerous guys have 3.8 to 4.2 GPAs. It's crazy, and they really lock in. They film junkies. They can draw any offense, defense up on the board. And we just put a lot of time in educating our kids on the game itself, so we're able to make adjustments during the game, and it's not foreign to them. We make it relaxed. They know what we're talking about. They can communicate in football language, and we're able to do what we do.
Yeah, and y'all to show you like the makings of a championship team, because we got to take it seriously, right? Y'all sent a bus of, I have to say, it's 15 players up to Rayville, Louisiana to get some work in our Gridiron Football League camp, and really it was a great turnout for y'all to come in and also experience Grambling too.
That's
right.
It
was the same day. So what was that whole experience like with those guys?
I mean, it's great. They showed a lot of commitment with me as a coach. I drove the bus. It was like 11-hour bus ride, and to Rayville and back to Grambling and back to Rayville, back to Grambling, and then back to Baton Rouge. But I want my guys to understand my commitment to the program as well. So it's never a question of, hey, is Coach willing to sacrifice this weekend to do this for us? The least we can do is give us those 2.5 hours of practice and do what we need to do on the field and in the classroom. So, hey, we chasing excellence here, and we're not going to stop till we reach it.
Oh, there's a lot of talent in Madison Prep. I'm around LSU a lot. There's been a lot of standouts. Major Burns right here coming from Madison Prep. And then obviously, Quincy Wiggins doing this thing, and Zion. So there's always been a lot of big names around coming here. Talking about some of the upcoming guys and some of the big names, guys that are about to interview after you.
We have Henri Bell. Coming in as a freshman, he was big. Couldn't really get his time with the gases like he used to. He was a little lethargic in the weight room. Now it's totally different. Now he's a senior. He able to play any position on the offensive line, and he's just willing to do whatever it takes to be successful on the field and in the classroom. Of course, we have Hezekiah Dansley. He's one of our best skill guys. Play on both sides of the ball. 4.2 GPA. Whatever you ask him to do, it's done. It's never a question why this, why that. It's what you need, because what you need me to do. And Tylen Johnson, he come out last year. He had a great year as a sophomore, threw for over 2,000 yards, rushed probably for another 5. Just was amazing. Got us to the quarterfinals. Of course, we lost to St. Thomas More, that went on to win the state championship. Kudos to those guys, but that's the level we're trying to get to. You know, we chasing excellence. Those guys right there, they're gonna give us their all, and it just the leadership. You know, it's unparalleled to anything you ever seen around the city. These guys lock in, they give you their best effort, and that's what we're all about. You know, that's what we're all about. You know, everything is team first. You know, we coach real hard, so guys can't be in their feelings. They can't be sensitive to hard coaching, so they come to adapt to that. Some young kids, it's a culture shock, but they're getting there. They're going to get there just like everybody else. But it's a great time to be a Charger. You know, guys are locked in and be ready for the challenges, you know, up ahead.
Yeah, 2 more questions. Second to last one. I know there's going to be a lot of rust, right? You just come back from football, put the pads on. There's a lot of rust. But what do you want to accomplish by the end of spring? What do you really want to see that will make you feel comfortable heading to the summer?
Well, because offensively up front, I want to be dominant up front on the offensive line. We probably average close to 300 pounds across the front. And those guys are athletic and they're also physical. So running the football is a must. We know Tyler, if you give him time, he's going to make the right decision, you know, when we need him to do it. But offensive line, running the football is a must. On the defensive side of the ball, again, it's the interior. You know, once the interior is set, we're going to have the skilled guys to do what they need to do on the back end. So once we lock in the interior, I think we can, you know, teams are going to have a nice price to pay when they play us.
Absolutely. They're definitely going to earn it. And they're going to get some bumps and bruises along the way, too, when they play y'all. And finally, Coach, just promote y'all what's going on. Spring game, y'all got some really big competition when you're playing a team like St. Aug.
Okay, spring ball, we have St. Aug at Pan American Stadium. That would be May 13th at 2 p.m. Guys come out. Of course, they're going to be talented all over the field. They're going to have the scouts there. So it's going to be a great opportunity for my young guys to get in there and see what they're made of. And, you know, everybody knows me around town, around the state, that we look for type of competition. We want to play the best because we want our guys, you know, to have the experience and maybe watching guys that play on Saturday and go on to play on Sunday and be like, hey, I went against that guy. Or as a team, we played real well against this guy. And we came out on top of it as well. So, guys, if y'all can't come on out Saturday, it's gonna be something to watch.
Well, support the Chargers and keep an eye on them for 2023. Obviously, one of the favorites to go and win a state championship in 2023 is Jace LeJeune on the Gridiron Football Spring Tour with Coach Landry Williams and Madison Prep.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Jace LeJeune here, Gridiron Football, here at Madison Prep as the Gridiron Football Spring Tour continues. Went to Woodlawn yesterday. Now I'm at Madison Prep. And I'm here with Hezekiah Dantzler from Madison Prep. And just was going through her feed here at Gridiron Football, and all of a sudden I see Marshall offered you the other day. What does that mean to you to get an offer from the Thunder and the Herd?
Yes, sir. You know, any offer is great, you know, and the fact that it came from them just make it even more. They're in the Sun Belt, so it's a great conference, you know. And honestly, it came out of nowhere, you know, just going through my regular school day. They happened to come up to me, we talked, and, you know, they end up offering me. So, you know, it's all glory to God.
Yeah, definitely. A very humble man, a lot of talent here. And you play in the secondary, and there's been a lot of talent, obviously, that's going through here. Joel Williams, Major Burns. What does it mean to you that you could potentially be the next great defensive back to come around Madison Prep?
You know, honestly, it's great. You know, it's a legacy here. You know, we produce DBs. That's what we go by. So, you know, it's an honor to be in that category with those people.
What's been going on recruiting? I know you got that offer from Marshall, but what's been some of the other schools that have been either offering you or showing you a lot of interest?
You know, a lot of schools. UL has shown a lot of interest. Tulane has shown a lot of interest. Recently, we had Davidson here, as well as Arkansas State. You know, a lot more Ivy Leagues as well. Seeing that I have a 4.2 GPA, so a lot more Ivy Leagues as Dartmouth, Cornell, schools in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, great defender. What do you have to say is the biggest strength to your game as a defensive back?
Biggest strength to my game, I can cover field, sideline to sideline. I'm a ball hawk. You know, when the ball go up, it's mine. That's how I see it. Either on the offensive side or the defensive side. When the ball go up, it's mine.
You got some good practice because you get to play against a really good quarterback in Thailand. Yes, so what is that like, you know, just starting off a couple of days in spring ball to really have that competition aspect?
You know, it's great because it prepares you for what you're going to face when you play against those other high caliber quarterbacks. You know, we have a very talented schedule this year. You know, like always, you know, we want to play against the toughest competition. So it's great to have that competition in practice. You know, iron sharpens iron. He makes me better, I make him better.
Speaking of iron sharpening iron, I got a surprise for you, Hezekiah. So with what you're able to do in the classroom, your ability on the football field, just the leadership that you show, those are all signs and all traits of a Gridiron Football All-American. And guess what? You're invited to play in their Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game right here. So you get to hold the jersey up, represent it. What does that mean to be invited to a game like this?
You know, it's an honor. You know, it shows that your hard work, you know, to all y'all out there, your hard work pays off. You know, just keep grinding. You know, be humble, keep grinding. You know, don't worry about what everybody else doing, because you focus on them, you let your life pass you. So that's
yeah, congratulations, and you get a chance to see Hezekiah wear a jersey like this at the end of December. A location to be determined, but whoever going to have it at this year is going to be a big, big game because of players like him. So this is Jace LeJeune from Gridiron Football Tour at Madison Prep. Jace LeJeune here, Gridiron Football, here one of the best single callers in the Baton Rouge area. Was wearing number 17 last year. Now he's a single-digit number, number 7, and that is Tylen Johnson. Only an upcoming junior. Tylen, last year was your first year as a starting quarterback for Madison Prep. You put up a lot of big numbers last year. So how confident are you from year 1 to year 2, knowing that last year you had to replace him a really good quarterback in Zion Chris?
I'm more confident than I was last year, for sure. I built confidence, not even off my stats from last year. I built it off of knowing that I became smarter, upped my IQ, got better athletically, and I just see I'm putting in the work on the field. I'm seeing like everything's just coming together, piecing together. After that St. Thomas More game, it was eye-opening that I could play a lot better than I was playing all season. So yeah, now I know we're going for the dome for sure this year.
Yeah, and that was definitely something that your predecessor did, you know, winning a state championship at Madison Prep, and then you're trying to continue that legacy here at Madison Prep. I know you still got 2 more years left, but I know that you're really confident in this year's team. What do you think about this year's team, and what do you think about your chances of winning state championship this year?
This year's team, I think we can go all the way and more if it was possible. This year's team is more mature, more confidence, more leadership. It's more of a, hey, we family, we finna win this together. We're gonna do everything we gotta do to get it done. I seen more reps being done in the weight room, more let's go to the field. Let's like calling me early in the morning. Like, hey, can we go to the field today? I just gotta drop a random location and say, yeah, let's go later on in the evening. And it's building my confidence, seeing that my guys wanna be great. They wanna work. They all wanna go D1. They're not settling for nothing less unless they absolutely have to. You know, I'm proud of them, the way they work and the way they putting everything in. I just pray we stay humble. I don't want one win to go to our head, but I'm real confident in this year's team.
Yeah, a lot of talent in this year's team, and y'all coming off a really good season. Y'all lost in the quarterfinals, but last year, being the first year as a starter, now that you figured out the waters a little bit last year, right? What do you think is the next step that you need to take in year 2 as a starter?
Next step is the championship. Nothing less. I feel like my next step, though, personally, should be to just step up more as a leader. The way I'm upping my IQ, watching film a lot more, and all these things, I feel like I need to embed that into my younger guys. We got a young team this year as well, and I feel like if I can get them to get on the same page with me mentally, we're gonna be unstoppable. Because they're some freak athletes. Trust me when I say that. But whenever I teach them how to use the athleticism with brains, it'll be unstoppable against any team.
As a quarterback, I know you're a dual threat. You know, you can run, you can throw. What do you think is the biggest asset, the biggest attribute that you can bring to the table as a quarterback? What sets you apart?
To make plays. Like if the original play breaks down, I can scramble, I can break the sack, and I can find somebody downfield. I know for a fact I did it against St. Thomas More with Hezzy. Like that was one of my best plays of the season, breaking the sack when the pocket just absolutely collapsed and just found him for like a 60-yard bomb. And I mean, they say I'm a dual threat, but I'm not looking to run. I'm looking to more so just scramble and make something happen with my arm. And I'm pretty sure I can do that all the time. I know I can.
Well, the Baton Rouge has produced a lot of very talented quarterbacks, and this guy is one of the next ones coming up for Madison Prep. So keep an eye on Tylen. And when he does, he's still got another 2 more years left for Madison Prep, which is scary. So keep out for him, who's leading the way for one of the top teams in the Baton Rouge area. Jace LeJeune from Gridiron Football here with Henri Bell from Madison Prep, and as Henri towers over me here at Madison Prep, he was actually one of our standout performers at our previous camp at Rayville. First of all, talk about your experience going up to Rayville up in North Louisiana and showcasing what you can do.
Going up to Rayville, it was a great camp. I learned a lot of things. I still got a lot of stuff to improve on that like, I could clearly see. But like, I'm gonna get it straight.
Well, I tell you what though, I saw you in the trenches. I went back and watched the film from the camp because we had all access to all the film, and boy, I did not want to get in your way. you were really pancaking guys, and actually, after watching it, I'm gonna give you a little surprise. All right, you're actually, how at the end of the camp we invited players to the bowl game. I think we missed one because we missed you too. So I'm gonna invite you to our Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game. Get a chance to hold the jersey up for a second. What does this mean to you to get invited to a prestigious game like this?
I am very blessed, like I am very honored. I've been working for this like my entire life.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So actually, I saw you a lot today. You're playing a lot at center. And I talked to Coach Williams really after today, and he said you usually have a lot of these smaller centers, right? And then they go against like a 330-pound nose guard, but now you actually get to play center, and you actually get to set the tone for this offensive line, which is really one of the best in the state. What can you say about going to center? What do you really like about that position?
Playing center, I get to control the line more. I get to see everything because I'm directly in the middle, and like everybody gonna listen to me because I'm the center.
Yeah, gotcha, man. So what do you think is your biggest attribute to your game? Obviously, you got the strength, you got the size. What do you think stands out the most about you? What makes you special as an offensive lineman?
I'm pulling. Like, I'm great at pulling. Like, I would hit everything that would come my way, like, on the opposite team.
Oh, yeah, I believe that. After watching the camp, I definitely believe that, man. Also, what do you think about this group as a whole? I know a lot of y'all went to Rayville, and y'all actually put up a pretty good show. But I know that the offensive line is really decides championships a lot of times. I know this is a team with a lot of high expectations. What do you think about this group as a whole and what they can do this year?
This group has a lot of leaders, and like this group, we come more together. We like as a brotherhood family. We always watch each other back. We never let one guy be behind.
Henri, congratulations, man, on getting invited to this bowl game, and he's going to be definitely one of the standouts. Hopefully, we see you and Hezekiah down where we're going to have the bowl game this year. We're going to have a chance to go to different places and for opportunity for y'all to seek what's out there. As a lot of our players are going to the college level, and trust me, this is a guy that definitely has a chance to do that. This is Jace LeJeune, Gridiron Football, here at our spring tour at Madison Prep. Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed some of those interviews. It was really awesome to surprise guys like Hezekiah, guys that have been program guys, that have been stars obviously on the football field, but great representatives of their football programs like Henri and Hezekiah, to talk about them and surprise them with the bowl game invite. I mean, you can just see really the sparkle in their eyes when you really see that when they get surprised like that. So that's my favorite part of the job, is surprising a lot of these guys with that opportunity to play in their bowl game. Obviously, that's my favorite part. And congratulations to both of those guys on getting invited to our Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game. And great to talk to Tylen, too, because he's going to be a guy that everybody has to watch out. The quarterback position is just fine. We lost a couple of guys at the high school level like Ricky and Eli and Archman, guys like that. But we're just going to be just fine at the quarterback position with guys coming up like Tylen Johnson. So we're excited what he does this season. Now, this is the last high school I'm going to go over with, and that's going to be Denham Springs High School. When we talk about Denham Springs, this is a program that is ready to take that next jump. This is going to be like really a dark horse for a team that can really make another run. Under Brett Beard, he's been a guy that's done an excellent job of coming in and rebuilding football programs. You go back and see what he did at Live Oak. He guided them to the quarterfinals last year. He got at Denham Springs, so they're really their first quarterfinal appearance in 40 years, and it's because of guys that you're going about to see. You want to see that guy make a lot of plays at LSU. Deshaun McBride, safety, the defending district defensive MVP, had 9 interceptions last year, and you also have that other guy who just made that catch. That's Mason Varese, one of the top cornerbacks in the state as well. That's going to be one great secondary the Yellow Jackets are going to have. Talked to Coach Beard. They got another returning quarterback coming back too. So this is going to be a team that should be one of the favorites to win their district when it comes to the district championship this year. So Brett Beard, I mean, they lost some guys. They lost Reese Mooney at the quarterback position. They lost Ray McNeely at the running back position to Memphis. Those are 2 Division I players. One's going to Liberty, one's going to Memphis. But they got another talented quarterback, Jerry Horn. You see number 9. He started a lot of games over his career, even though Reese Mooney was there. So you got returning talent at quarterback. You got the best, probably could argue the best secondary in the state with those 2 guys in Mason and Deshaun. So these are going to be 2 short interviews. First with Coach Brett Beard, and then also the tandem at defensive back with Mason and Deshaun, the LSU commit. So enjoy these 2 quick interviews, and you're going to see really the future is bright at Denham Springs High School.
Jace, LeJeune from Gridiron Football, here with Coach Brett Beard, one of my favorite coaches out here at Denham Springs High School. Coach Beard, I know this is spring football, just getting you guys into football rhythm and everything. What do you think about these guys and how they've really done so far in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, a really exciting time because, we graduated a big senior class that had a lot of dudes that got a lot of experience and played a lot for us. So this spring has been a little more fun. I mean, this whole off season, you get to know these kids even more than we already did. Now you're going to see them have their opportunity to be thrust into the fire, and we're going to be really inexperienced this year, but there's nothing wrong with that. I love the youth. I love the inexperience. It's just our job as coaches to get them as comfortable as possible, as quick as possible. And because of it, we've had to be different, and things had to be done differently till we bring our kids along and get them comfortable.
And Coach, I know you got a couple star DBs that we're going to be talking to pretty soon. So how is it, especially a lot of skilled talent in this area in the district y'all play, how much of it does it mean to you to have guys like Deshaun and Mason to kind of rely on?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is, man, what great young men that have been a part of this program, that have saw the growth all the way through, that have done it right, that have bought into every aspect of the process. And because of it, you've seen the growth. You've seen the elevation of their play, the elevation as a football player. And really to have those dudes back, it keeps us comfortable because they have the back end as our box. We lost a lot more in the box there defensively. So as those guys get comfortable, have those guys to clean it up, we're going to be in a good spot, and you'll be able to use them offensively to give us that big play, big play offense. And when you got dudes like this that are special, you get to enjoy them, and we're going to enjoy it this year.
And offensively, I know you lost a quarterback at Division I level going to Liberty, but you also return another quarterback who's got a lot of playing time. Talk about him and how confident he is, knowing that it's going to be his show this year.
Yeah, it's his time now. He's not in, I guess, the shadows of Reese Mooney. He's not learning from Reese Mooney anymore. And he's in a unique situation because he was thrust onto the scene as a freshman when Reese got injured. And then, they battled back and forth last year, and he split time with Reese and was able to see, just how tough it is to be a quarterback in this league, in this state, and to be a big timer. It's his turn now, and he's learned everything he can and put everything into it to be prepared for his opportunity to be the guy full time.
Yeah, I know guys like Deshaun, Mason, they earn their way to kind of be mentioned along that level. But who are some guys in spring so far that you've been pretty impressed with how they kind of approach this spring?
Yeah, everybody focuses on the main 2 DBs, but we got 2 more that are really, really good as well. That's a perfect counterbalance to those 2. And Rancher Miller is the other safety, and Brian Hawkins is the other corner. Tylen Haynes is a receiver, is a young dude that gives us that big presence on the outside. R.J. Johnson at running back. We lost a lot of those dudes in the backfield, but we're really excited about R.J. Johnson and then Brenton Paul and Hudson Byers, some dudes we feel like we have a heck of a rotation in the backfield. Jackson Martin moving into the O-line, was a nose guard for us last year, is a kid that's come over and really given us some nastiness on the O-line, which is, big question marks right now. Jaden Buchanan is a kid that has stepped up and grown up the last couple of years, waited his time, and because of it, it's just fun to watch these kids grow, and now it's their opportunity to shine.
Last year, one of the greatest seasons in Denham Springs history. Y'all made a really good run in the quarterfinals. What do you think is really the next step for this program to accomplish even more heights?
Well, I mean, sustained growth. So, you got to get comfortable being having success. You can't let it you can't let it stalemate you. You got to continue to grow off of it, continue to fight off of it, learn from it. And a program like this, a foundation is built. Dudes have already begun to put the first floor on it. Now we'll see if we can put it on the second.
Yeah, and Coach, 2 more questions to wrap it up. What do you want really the guys to really take away from to really cap off spring and heading into the summer?
Yeah, I love spring because you have an idea who your dudes are coming out, going into summer, who you got to focus on, who you got to give a little more attention to because they're behind. The biggest thing is, continue to learn how to play Denham Springs football and do it our way. Physical 48 minutes of hell, I guess you could say. It's kind of how we do things. We want to be a physical football team that makes it tough to play against us. And you can't just turn that on. You've got to prepare that way. It's a mindset. And this is really just kicking into gear what it is we're trying to accomplish.
And lastly, Coach, talk about the spring game coming up. I believe this weekend. A really big opponent. So what is your message to the Yellow Jackets fans? Get out there and support y'all this Saturday.
EA could be the potential year in and year out team to win our district. It's a great top-tier football program. It gives us a great measuring stick where we're at coming out of spring and going into summer as we gear up for the season. I love going against Darnell and his teams. Very physical as well. And it's just a great measuring stick, and against a formidable opponent that we're going to have to get comfortable, not just beating but competing with, because you're going to see them in district, and you're probably going to see them in the playoffs as well. So this gives us a great idea, an idea of where we're at, what we need to do.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always with us at Gridiron Football. We're making our rounds a little bit around the area in our spring tour, and it's great to always catch up with you. It's the first time I've been back to a new field and everything, so
pretty
it was
place.
great.
Man, I appreciate you coming out.
Yes, I appreciate it, Coach. Jace, LeJeune from Gridiron Football here with 2 of the best DBs in the entire state, and Deshaun McBride and Mason Varese. These 2, you're pretty much kind of like lockdown island right here, so I would not try to throw the football against these 2 guys. First of all, really coming into this year, I got a chance to interview both of y'all already. What is your relationship with each other, and what really makes y'all so unique? Deshaun first, and we'll go with Mason.
I think that what makes us unique is that he's a lockdown corner and really underlooked at. Really, I think he's the best in the state at corner at his position. So I think we have a real good bond at what we do on the field. So that's what makes us elite.
And I know Deshaun Mason, he's just committed to LSU, and even though you're a lockdown corner yourself, how much more confident is you knowing that you have a guy like that behind you that can back you up?
Yeah, knowing that I got Deshaun, I could just if I mess up, I know he's behind me to help me. So he really put in a lot of work since last season and came the best in the state for real, and committed. I'm happy for him.
Well, I'm sure you're going to pay each other after the interview for the compliments for each other. So Deshaun, back to you. I know I just recently talked to you about you committing to LSU. What were just kind of the reasons? Obviously, you stay home, go to Baton Rouge. What were some of the reasons that really helped you make that decision to commit to LSU?
I didn't want to. I just wanted to look at every college really. At first, I didn't want to. Once they offered me, I didn't want to just immediately go there. But once I seen everything, I wanted to see how they treated me and everything like that, the culture, the environment, the atmosphere of the games, and everything like that. How they do at practice, the intensity. I just really thought it was a good idea to go there.
Yeah, what's it like, talking with those defensive coaches? I know Matt House is definitely one of them, but also the secondary coaches as well, Coach Steeples and all those guys. What's it like kind of talking to all those guys?
It's good. By the way they talk about their game plan, I know they're real intelligent on what they do, like real NFL type aspect, but I think they know what they're talking about, so that's why I like it.
And then lastly, before I go to Mason, Deshaun, I know a lot of coaches have really compared you really to Kyle Hamilton, or basically what you told me. So have you got a chance to really watch a lot of Kyle Hamilton's film and kind of make that, that makes a lot of sense. Does that really comparison make a lot of sense to you?
Yeah, I watched him while he was in college at Notre Dame, so I really see myself kind of like him, but at the same time, I want to be my own person, so I really see how they compare to him.
And then we'll go back to you, Deshaun. Go back to Mason. Mason, I know we got you as a Gridiron Football top 300 player for this upcoming season. Talk about your recruitment a little bit. I know you got some offers right now. Discuss a little bit about your recruiting right now.
Yeah, so I picked up Mississippi State last summer, but picking up, I just got like 3 offers in the last week. Picking up, just trying to do good in spring, really, and just, we having a new team this season, so I'm really trying to be a leader for the defense. Me and Deshaun, we're trying to lead our defense and have another good season, a better season than last year.
Yeah, and upcoming this summer, any goals that you want to try to accomplish just over this offseason, knowing this is going to be the last time that you're really going through this as a high school player?
Yeah, I'm really, this summer, I'm going to try actually really enjoy the summer, really try to enjoy my last high school, experience, instead of just waking up oh, I got to go to practice or whatever. Just try to enjoy it and have fun with it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And then both of y'all, I'm going to go back to Deshaun again. I know both of y'all probably want knowing the type of players that both of y'all are. We'll probably play a little bit. We saw a lot of y'all with wide receiver early today. So talk about really playing both ways. Y'all really see yourself doing a lot of that this year for Denham Springs.
It's good. I think we could really help our team out being on the field for offense and defense. So I think we could be really elite and make it farther than we was last year. So.
Yeah, and what about you, Mason? Do you see yourself as a two-way guy for this year for Denham Springs?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just whatever coach tell me to do. When let's get on the offense and we think we can help on offense, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, and then just obviously for the both of y'all, pretty much we're kind of wrapping up this interview. But what are y'all goals for this upcoming season? I know last year Denham Springs had one of their best seasons ever. I mean, I know you personally, you were a district defensive MVP, had a bunch of interceptions last year. I know you're committed to LSU, so that's kind of out the way too. You can focus on your high school team. So, what are your goals for this upcoming season, Deshaun?
It's really just to show that I'm the best at my position and in the state. So I'm just really trying to get, just really trying to be better than how I was last year. So, cause I know I set the bar real high last year for myself. So I got overcome that standard and be better.
So you want to try to get some double-digit interceptions this year? That's kind of the goal. You set a number for yourself. Awesome. And then what about you, Mason? What's your goals for this upcoming season?
First, I just want to make it past. I want to make it to the state championship and definitely make it farther than last year. And for myself personally, I want to probably get about 4 picks this year, but really try to help the team more on offense, get some touchdowns, and be explosive in the return game, like punt return and kick return.
Well, these are two of the best in the state, and I got in the interview with a surprise for both of y'all. I'm sure this is not going to be the only honor. In fact, y'all got plenty of honors already. Y'all probably got plenty of more to add to the list, but it's always good to add something, right, to the mantle. I just want to let both of y'all know, both of y'all are Gridiron Football All-Americans, which means both of y'all have been invited to play in a Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game at the end of December. So congratulations to both of y'all on that honor. Y'all get to compete, have a chance to compete against some of the best in the entire country from all other aspects of life. So really from both of y'all, what does it mean to get invited to play in an All-American type bowl game? First for you, Deshaun.
It's good. I know it would be a good experience to play with the best in the country, iron sharp iron, be better than I was. So.
What about you, Mason, getting an honor like that, to play in a game like that?
Yeah, I'm grateful just to be honored, for y'all to think that I'm one of the best. State or whatever, just to be able to play in the game. Great.
Well, congratulations to both of y'all, and like I said, this will definitely not be the last time you hear this dynamic duo in the secondary this year for the Yellow Jackets, and I tell you, both these guys are going to sting a lot of opponents this year, I guarantee it. So appreciate Deshaun and Mason. Hopefully get to see both these guys shine brightly at the end of the year in our Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game.
Well, that was it from our Gridiron Football Spring Tour Football Huddle edition, and we'll have another week next week where we talk about some of our more visits. We actually had a couple more visits that we did, but due to time constraints, we're going to wrap it up with just those 3 this week. And then next week's Football Huddle, I'll even show you just a lot more interviews and with coaches, players during more recent destinations on our Gridiron Football Spring Tour. So check out, if you haven't got a chance to watch all these, just go to gridironfootballusa.com. We have articles, pictures, video highlights from all of our stops. Those are some of the stops I went to that you saw today. So if you're watching it live, you can always go back and watch it when this live stream is over. That's a really good thing about having it live. You can always go back and watch it at your own convenience. So earlier on the stream, I got a chance to go through Woodlawn and interview some of those players, and then after that, of course, Madison Prep, Denham Springs, but you just saw Denham Springs just now. So yeah, if you want to watch all those interviews and go back and watch them and check out all of our articles, you can go to gridironfootballusa.com. And I know Andy has made his rounds too. I know he went to Covington High School the other day for their inter-squad spring game. In North Shore, we went to North Shore High School. And by the way, there's really a good transition, a good plug here. But we got some breaking news here on Gridiron Football if you haven't got a chance to see it earlier. So if you're a 7th through 12th grader, guess what? We have another elite camp coming up, and it's at North Shore High School. Appreciate Coach Sanders and the whole administration at North Shore High School for allowing us to go over and host a camp at our Gridiron Football League camp at North Shore High School. So a lot of the details are on our website, gridironfootballusa.com. So this is a great opportunity for 7th graders all the way to 11th to 12th graders to really get on our gridiron football radar. In fact, if you haven't already done so, make sure to go to our website, gridironfootballusa.com, because I just recently put an article about our top 10 performers from our spring camp. So if you want to be on that list, or if you're already on that list and you want to improve your rating, then make sure to go to our camp coming up at North Shore High School, May 27th. That is Saturday, May 27th, at North Shore High School from 9 o'clock is registration, and we always go to about 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So great opportunity. You get a chance to really craft your skills. You get to take part in the combine, so that you get your get a good measurement of your 40 time, your shuttle, your broad jump. You get a really good measurable about that. We filmed the entire event, so you get to see yourself running and doing drills. And we have 7-on-7 drills, really good competition drills, agility drills. We film the entire event, and obviously we promote y'all as well. We do a lot of video interviews too. And then obviously everything from this camp will actually be on our website in a magazine on gridironfootballusa.com. In fact, you can go back and check out our last camp magazine at Rayville High School. Check that magazine out, because if you go to our camp, you will be in our next magazine at Gridiron Football. So appreciate everybody that has watched the stream and is going to watch the broadcast after. So we're going to wrap it up here. But if you want more information about this camp, make sure to go to our website, gridironfootballusa.com. Go to the top where it says Elite Camps, and then you can go from there and you can register for our next Elite Camp, which will be at the end of May. Guarantee it, this is something that you want to do, because it gets yourself an opportunity to be on a radar. In fact, if you're an upcoming senior, maybe get an invite to a Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game if you haven't done so already. So great opportunity, and if you're a 7th to 12th grader, I would really encourage you going to this camp coming up at the end of May. So that's going to be pretty much about it from me. Appreciate the Johnson Law Group, Mississippi State Guard, and Ultimate Apparel for sponsoring us. If you're interested in sponsoring shows like the Football Huddle, I know we haven't had the Chase with Jace this Wednesday, but we should be back to normal. We'll get back to next Wednesday. We're going to try to set up where we can get interviews with some LSU players and get some more, player interviews because of the, there's a dead period right now for. Until we get to to summer football. So, really appreciate everybody. Hopefully y'all enjoyed y'all rest of your weekend. We'll have a lot of content on our website, gridironfootballusa.com. So to keep up with everything going on, make sure to go to gridironfootballusa.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you're actually watching. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're all on social media, so everything is updated on those social media channels as well. Hope you all have a good football weekend, and we'll see y'all next time, next Wednesday, same time, 12:30 here on the Football Huddle, and we'll also see you next week for the Chase with Jace. Have yourself a good weekend.